Hey guys, welcome back to another countdown video, and it's finally here, my top 10 favorite Thomas and Friends characters. This list is purely based on my opinion and is in no particular order. Without further ado, let's begin this list. Number 10, Smudger. Smudger is a cocky green British tank engine who worked on the Mid-Sodor Railway. What I like about Smudger is his backstory. A reckless engine who was turned into a generator. And did you know that there was a Railway series character called Stanley, who was an American version of Smudger? The thing is, many people in the fandom wanted Smudger to return and give him a second chance, instead of having him be scrapped like Stanley. The reason he gets the lowest spot is because he only appeared in the first episode of Season 4, and he was most likely a character made up by Duke to scare Peter, Sam and Sir Handel. Mainly because in Bulldog, Smudger is not there behind the shed. And that also leads me to that he is just a Rheneas recolor with a different face. Number 9 is tie between Skarloey and Rheneas. Now even though my username says Rheneas fan in it, I don't want to sound like I'm fanboying Rheneas, because I definitely think there's other characters better than him. These two engines were built at Fletcher Jennings and Company at Whitehaven, in 1865. They are also the oldest engines on Sodor. That explains their wise personalities in Season 4. In Season 7 to 9 however, that all changed, and Skarloey and Rheneas went from being wise engines to just childish and cowardly ones. That also explains why they get the number 9 spot on this list. At least in Blue Mountain Mystery they got their old personalities. But regardless, they're still great characters. The number 8 spot goes to Diesel 10. Our Diesel 10, the evil barred-out villain himself, first originating from Magic Railroad and later making appearances in Calling All Engines, Day of the Diesels, a Season 17 episode where he appeared for the final time, and Misty Island Rescue where he appeared at the very end. What makes this character stand out from other Diesels is his giant hydraulic claw on his cab roof. It really makes him a cool villain indeed, and a very sinister looking one. I also want to see him make more appearances in the Thomas show. That is, if they resume the CGI series and stop focusing on All Engines Go. Number 7, Devious Diesel. Okay, I'll be honest, the reason why I ranked Diesel higher than Diesel 10 is because he was more memorable for me ever since I saw Thomas. I mean, he made more appearances than Diesel 10 and is a very nostalgic character. He even appeared in the Railway series. I remember Pop Goes the Diesel, where the Black Class 08 Shunted appeared on screen for the very first time. He also made a lot of appearances in merchandising ranges. In fact, he along with Diesel 10, will be the main villain of my upcoming series. Number 6. Bogo. You guys might be surprised about that, but I actually do like this character. Bogo is a green diesel engine who made his on-screen debut in the episode The Diesel, where he took Bill and Ben's China clay cars, which led to the twins playing a trick on him. His very last appearance was in Double Teething Troubles before he was never seen again in the show. What I like about Bogo is his bright green paint, his personality, and how he is very kind to the steam engines unlike other diesels. Even though Bogo is gone in the real Thomas show, he will make an appearance in my series, as I'm currently thinking of an episode starring him. Number 5, Donald and Douglas. These are one of the fan favorites of the Thomas community, kinda like how Foxy is a fan favorite of the FNAF community. First off, I love their Scottish accents, and Ringo Starr, George Carlin and Michael Angelis do a great job on doing impressions for them. Second, their theme song is epic and punchy mainly because of the snare drum arrangement. And third, their personalities are done well as they like to fight and argue over things, since they're twins. These characters are cool in general just because of how the fan base loves the twins, and I can definitely agree on them. Number 4, Duncan. Again, like with Donald and Douglas, Duncan's Scottish accent is done well with a lot of narrators, including Michael Angelis, Michael Brandon and George Carlin. Duncan is my second favorite narrow gauge engine. and is possibly the most popular out of all the narrow gauge engines. I like Duncan because of his yellow paint and grumpy personality. One of my favorite episodes starring Duncan is Duncan Gets Spooked because of obvious reasons. Heck, even my Duncan Gets Spooked remake video reached over 7,000 views. That is just insane. Number 3. Rusty. Rusty is an orange narrow gauge diesel engine who came to the Skarloey Railway to help Peter, Sam and Sir handle for the other work. One thing I like about Rusty is that he's a diesel, and we don't get to see a lot of narrow gauge diesels in the Thomas franchise. He is the most interesting design of all the narrow gauge engines, and just like Boko, has a friendly personality. Ever since I saw him, Rusty has always been a favorite of mine, and that's what puts him in third place on this list. Number 2, Edward. And I'm not joking. Edward is the oldest engine on the Northwestern Railway, and is the first character created for the Railway series. I like Edward mainly because of his sky blue paint and number 2 on his tender. The fact that he's the first character created is what makes him a personal favorite. Edward is also a very kind and helpful engine, and I'm also a kind person in real life, and Keith Wickham does a great job at voicing him in the CGI series. Sure, there are times where he had character changes, but that doesn't stop me from putting him on this list. In fact, I think Edward is an awesome character indeed. Shame that he retired from the Steam team in favor of a female engine. And at number 1, we have Percy. Percy is a green saddle tank engine who was sent to the railway to help Thomas and Edward while the other tender engines were miserable in the sheds. The youngest member of the Steam team, and Thomas's best friend, I think Percy is a character that I can relate to. His bright green paint is what makes him recognizable, and green's one of my favorite colors. I also like how he can be a brave engine too, as he saved James from an avalanche in Tale of the Brave. And just like Edward, Keith Wickham and other voice actors did a great job voicing Percy in the CGI series. Percy has always been a favorite of mine since the beginning, and what makes him my personal favorite is that he's one of the many memorable characters I remember ever since I first saw Thomas the Tank Engine. Other than that, Percy deserves to be the number 1 on this list. If you have any further requests, let me know in the comments below, and I would like to know who is your favorite Thomas characters are. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And this is me, signing off and saying thanks for watching.